Suzuki has always been the default car maker to go to if you're looking for like compact city cars. You've got the Suzuki Swift, you've got the Suzuki Swift Sport, you even have the Jimny. Now you have the all-new Suzuki Ignis. If you're a sucker for all things quirky and unconventional, this car is your answer. You still get this Jeep-looking slats up front. It makes it a little bit aggressive. You get like LED headlights and of course U-shaped daytime running lights, which is sort of cool. But I really have to say, this is a very, very attractive color. It's sort of like a khaki sort of color, and but if this isn't for you, you can choose like from a palette of colors. Suzuki says it's got like 16 colors for this car, so I'm sure there is a color for you. It's 16-inch wheels right here. It's gloss black, no less, so it looks very premium. I sort of wish that it was bigger because 16-inch sort of looks small, but I'm sure it does very well for fuel economy. The entire length of the car is some 3,700 millimeters. It's actually shorter than the already compact Suzuki Swift. It's even narrower, but obviously it's taller. But what's really cool is this. You see these three lines here that sort of looks like Adidas logo? Well, it's sort of like inspired by an old Suzuki car called the Servo in Japan. It ultimately became the Suzuki WizKid in the UK or something that also had this three lines, so it's immediately recognizable, sort of made it an icon of sorts. The Suzuki Ignis mild hybrid is priced at $114,900 to $115,900. The 1.2-litre dual-jet engine produces 82 brake horsepower and 107 Newton meters of torque. The CVT transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 km per hour in 12.7 seconds. For more details on the Suzuki Ignis mild hybrid or any other car, head on to sgcarmart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Around the back you get this squarish tail lights and of course rear fog lamps. You have Ignis moniker here and of course hybrid to tell you that there's a 12-volt mild hybrid system in the engine. Open this up and you'll be faced with 260 litres worth of hauling capacity. Obviously it won't pass the anti-trolley length test, but it will swallow the check-in luggage and the trolley as well. And you still have sufficient space here to put your barang. If this isn't enough, you can still have the option of manually knocking down the rear seats. Now, when you do that, it sort of causes an uneven depth in your floor. So if you have to put longer items, you might have to shift it to put it up. Other than that, it gets the job done. Now on the inside, there's like crazy amounts of leg room. I mean, this seat has already been adjusted to John's sitting position, but who cares, right? But anyway, the seat is slightly raised, so I can actually put my legs underneath like this, so that's really nice. I'm just wondering if I can sit cross-legged. I can! Cross-legged. Fantastic. So I suspect people who are up to like 1.8 meters will be able to fit inside here, no issues at all. I mean, there's a lot of headroom. It's actually really spacious at the back. But here's the thing, it's one thing. If you look at the configuration, it actually comes with two individual seats. There isn't anything in the center, but you could still fit someone in the center if you need to over shorter journeys. So you can sit in the center like this. You still have enough space for your friends at the side. But good thing is this car is still very family friendly. You still get ISOFIX points here as well as here. And obviously there's nothing in the center for you to pull down, so you can't enjoy like a cup of coffee. But it does have a huge cup holder here. It doesn't have rear aircon vents, but I mean, for a car in this class, I wasn't expecting a rear aircon vents, so it's okay. But I gotta say the aircon from Suzuki works very well, so even though I'm at the back seat, I can actually feel the aircon from the front, so that's still okay. But here's the thing that's really good. This can fit my 1-litre water bottle. Look at that, man, it's great, man. There's magazine holder as well, very tight, very nice, very coherent, good high quality leather. Elsewhere, everything else is plastic. You get plastics here, here, here. But again, for this car in its class, it's very acceptable. It sort of feels like a vault. It feels like this solid quality plastic can last you for good 10 years. Oh, and one more thing. It's almost 90 degrees. It's great, man. At the helm, you're actually seated on very comfortable seats. It's very soft, as you can see. It's like really soft leather, so it sort of feels very, very good. It's sort of a good surprise, very pleasant surprise, really. I'm faced with a multifunctional steering wheel. Beyond that is an analog instrument panel with that small little screen at the side to tell you all the information that you need to know. So you have average fuel economy, you've got the range, average speed, driving time, and here's what's really cool. It also has an information on the total idling fuel saved. It currently reads at 2,423 milliliters, so that's how much I've saved based on the start-stop feature that this car comes with. So that's really, really good. Beside that is this infotainment system that's actually similar to the Swift and the Swift Sport. I still feel the same way. It looks a little childlike with all the colors and all, but it's very straightforward. You don't have to second guess. Comes with Bluetooth, Android Auto, as well as Apple CarPlay. So it's all very functional. Below here is all the buttons for the daily things that you need to meddle with, like, you know, aircon, fan speed, air circulation, recirculation is all here. And then you also have a 12-volt socket right here and a USB and aux-in right here. You don't have wireless charging for your phone in this car. What you do get is just a little space for you to put your stuff and more cup holders here. And of course you get traditional handbrake, which is a breath of fresh air amongst a sea of new cars that comes with electronic park brake button. Everything else is all very simply laid out. It's hard plastics again, like I said, but sort of feels very secured and vault-like. This is something that's really cool. This car comes with white color. If you buy the car in, say, black or white, for instance, it will come in blue color. There are only two colors you can get, white or blue. There are no other options for any other colors. I kind of like how the white looks like. I just don't know how the blue looks like, so I can't really comment on that. Only question is, can this car now drive as quirky and fun and nice as how it looks? One way to find out. Before I touch on the Suzuki Ignis that we have here today, I want to talk a little bit about SG Carmart's warranty. If you're thinking about getting a used car but you're uncertain, you're afraid that you're going to get a car that's problematic or maybe even a lemon, you should buy a used car that's covered by SG Carmart's warranty, because we cover all the major parts of the car, such as gearbox as well as engine, for up to $10,000. This way you can actually buy a used car with a peace of mind. All you have to do is hop onto sgcarmart.com and search for your favorite used car that's covered under the SG Carmart warranties label. The Suzuki Ignis that we have here today has got that same 1.2 litre 12-volt mild hybrid power plant as the Swift. So it pumps out some 82 brake horsepower and 107 Newton meters of torque to the front wheels via a CVT gearbox. It's embarrassing numbers, I'll admit, but there's nothing embarrassing about the Ignis as a whole. You know, if I were to go around the bends like a crazy madman, it feels like it's just very clumsy and it doesn't hold its own very well. But no buyers of the Ignis will drive like I do. I don't think it's the priority. But what I'm trying to say is the performance isn't exactly something that I will prioritize if I were to choose an Ignis. This car will get you from point to point in a very safe and fuss-free manner. Yes, admittedly, there are some things that you need to take note of. For instance, because of the CVT gearbox, if I were to extend the throttle like this, can you hear the sound? Oh man, the droning is horrible. It's very annoying, but it settles down once you're up to speed. Like once you're at 90 kilometers per hour, it just settles down. It disappears into the background. But what appears is external noises. You have a lot of road and wind noise the moment you're like at 85 onwards. So noise insulation isn't the car's forte. But all these quibbles, if you think about it, sort of fades away the moment you understand the Ignis a little better. It took me a couple of days, in all honesty, to really appreciate the car. It's a sort of car that's almost like a city slicker. You can't just get this car thinking that you'll have performance or luxury. Nothing of that sort. This is your basic car. Well, supposedly basic, but unfortunately COE has driven the price up. So it's this car isn't even the cheapest in its class, to be honest. It's actually quite pricey, and I don't understand why. But as I was saying, it does, if you understand the car a little better after driving, for myself at least, driving a couple of days, I can really start to appreciate this car. If you have zero expectations, this car aces in every way possible. It's functional, it's very charming, and if you are the sort of person who can appreciate quirky, weird, bizarre looks like this, you'll do well to really appreciate this car. I mean, I'm a sucker for the kind of cars. I'm a sucker for the kind of cars that you don't see very often on the roads. And this is just great, man. Best of all, where this car lacks, see, it even has safety systems, like to just tell me that I'm going to crash into the lorry in front. Isn't that great? These are like luxury safety features. But anyway, as I was saying, what this car lacks, it actually makes up for with fuel economy. The past couple of days, I managed 16 kilometers per liter, and I wasn't even trying. I mean, it dropped today because this car was left idling for a while because of videos and all that stuff. But on a daily basis, the aircon is great, fuel economy is great, seats are comfortable, you can drive around looking stylish and cool. At least you're not that common car on the road that people see every day. So it sort of gives you a bit of a statement. And best of all, it rides in a very cultured manner. So if I were to pitch this against its peers, it will not lose out in terms of ride comfort. Where I feel loses out is probably just the fact that given the car's shape, it won't hold its own very well around bends, as I was saying just now. I mean, it's narrower and shorter than the Swift, but because of its ride height, roll is just inevitable. And it being front-wheel drive just makes you feel that every turn at high speeds will make the car feels very clumsy at every bend, especially if you decide to tackle it at high speeds. But in all, if you were to just drive normally, as buyers of this car would, this car is great, man. So, is this car a will buy, won't buy, or go try? My answer is go try, and it's for two reasons. The first reason is the looks isn't for everyone. It's definitely for me. Over the past couple of days, I sort of grew to like how the car looks. But this look things differs from, it varies from person to person. So you may not appreciate how this car actually look. Second reason is, of course, the price. At $109,000, it's about $11,000 more than the Hyundai Venue, and about $7,000 more than the Mazda CX-3, both of which are rivals to the Suzuki Ignis. And not only are they bigger in size, they are also bigger in displacement capacity, so they're definitely punchier. But you'll have to know that the Ignis isn't about punchy. It isn't about how it looks, and it's really about it being a city slicker. It's about how you can really appreciate cars that are high on charm. If you're all for that and you've got spare cash lying around, you should do well to consider this car. So yes, it's a go try for me. So there you have it, guys. That's the review of the all-new Suzuki Ignis. Hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I've driven the car. Please do share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also hit the bell notification button so that you'll be notified every time we upload new videos. Also do follow us on TikTok at SG Carmart. In the meantime, stay safe, be well,